IIT Gandhinagar's Indian Knowledge Systems course. Today we have with us our speaker, Professor P.V. Kattimani. Professor Kattimani is currently serving as the Vice-Chancellor of Central Tribal University of Andhra Pradesh. Today is Professor Kattimani's second talk. Today's talk is going to focus on tribal ethics and Indian knowledge systems. So Professor Kattimani is going to talk about, is going to give us a general introduction to these tribal ethics, which are written in different languages, and focus on a selected few. Thank you so much, Professor Kattimani, for joining us today. Joining from Allahabad.
Actually, I think I will just compare the positive slopes because so here it's like 1901 to 1930.
Thank you. Good evening, Professor Michael Denino, Dr. my student friends. I extend my heartfelt thanks to IIT Gandhinagar to give me an opportunity to rethink on tribal culture. Professor Denino, good evening. Tribal culture, tribal ethos, and tribal epics, and how Indian knowledge system has been dealt with by these oral traditions. We all know every tribe, they have their own culture, own tradition, own customs, own practices, and knowledge systems. In a small hamlet, if there are four tribes, they have their own distinct language, oral tradition, medicinal practices, food habits, they are totally separate, distinct. They have their own lokadrushti, world view. A tribe in central India, their lokadrushti, for example, Baiga, their world view is separate than Baiga looks into the forest development, which is totally different from Agarian. So, every tribe who lives in the country, they followed by their own way of life, style of life, and their own philosophies and values. We all know there is not a hard and fast definition accepted and recognized by the world regarding worldview, tribal worldview, because every tribal have their own worldview. Tribal knowledge system mean different things to different societies and different cultures also. knowledge refers to the understandings, skills, philosophies developed by societies with a long history of interaction with their natural surroundings. Their long interaction, long debate, conversation, give and take policy with natural surroundings. Can't say their surroundings, it is natural surroundings for all. Every tribe will take the natural surroundings at their own way. It is called in Indian philosophy samskara. It is called samskara. According to my samskara, I will accept or I will reject. Another tribe will accept only, and another tribe will accept 60%. To raise one question here, because we are talking about natural surroundings. 5 tribes love the forest, rivers, and forest animals. It is not only love, they love to stay in the forest, nearby rivers, nearby ponds, nearby water bodies, and they are not afraid of tiger, elephants, and lions, snakes. Think that how their life is secure in the neighborhood of tigers, in the neighborhood of bison, in the neighborhood of snakes, or on the bank of Brahmaputra, bank of Godavari, bank of Narmada. They feel secured, they feel pleasure, happiness if their huts are nearby rivers. What may be the reason? Tribes love to preserve forest, don't want to disturb snakes, don't want to disturb tigers and other animals. To contribute to the development of forest, preservation of forest. City people, urban people, whether we have to learn these lessons from them or we have to modify their habits. I would like to give 1 or 2 examples here. You people may know the name Jadhav Payne, Upper Assam, on the banks of the great river Brahmaputra. He lives in a small village near Jorat. He is from Mishing tribe. He is popularly known as the forest man of India. He is not rich. He is not educated. He doesn't have any land. Not even a good house, pakka house. But he has planted trees since 30 years without expecting a single pie from anybody. Around 550 acres barren land. He made it a lush, thick garden. 1,360 acres of land in between the streams of Brahmaputra. It is called in the local language, the land in between the forest, in between the Brahmaputra streams, called as Sadbar. The forest is called as, famously known in the whole world, Molai forest. Molai is his pet name. Locally is known Molai. I visited him. I spent a quality day along with him. You understand, a poor man without anything, only because of his hard labor, only because of his common sense, only because of his devotion, that I should protect forest, I should grow forest, rhinos should be protected, elephant should be protected, tiger should be protected, the variety of snake should be protected. Food should be available around the year for birds, for animals. He never studied any book. Barely he has gone to school. The knowledge of tribes, no forest department has trained him, forest college has trained him. Only by his common sense and the knowledge system which his father, mother, grandfather, the neighborhood are carrying, with the help of neighborhood, with the help of knowledge system, he made a thickest forest where all types of trees, all types of creepers, all types of, he made streams in between the Sadbar. Kokila Mutt, it is called, the place called Kokila Mutt, near Jorhat. The university professors of the world, the botanists, environmentalists are visiting. The Japan government has invited him, many governments, they have invited him. He knows his own mission language. He is a mission tribe person. It is possible. Why only from a poor tribe? Then, when I was discussing with him, he said, since 32 years, every day I plant one tree at least. This is my sankalpa, that every day I should plant one tree. If suppose he has gone out of headquarters for 10 days, after coming over here, 11th day, he will plant 11 trees. This is tribal religion. This is tribal culture. Example, I would like to give the guest house. In Karnataka, Bellary district is a tribal dominated district. It is rich forest. A tribal poor man called Bhattarahalli Gudappa. His village name is Bhattarahalli. Has purchased a plot of 2 acres near the forest. Bare land, forest land. It is not forest, forest land. Land, nearby forest land, was encroached by 2 villages. In the year 94, Forest Department drone evacuated the forest from the encroaches. This poor person, tribal man, started planting without any initiation, without any payment, without any support. He started planting trees in the barren forest land. He has developed a 53 hectare of forest from 94 to till today. Around 140 acres of lush, thick forest has been created by Mr. Bhattarhalli Gudappa. Stories, maybe 10, 15 stories, success stories of poor tribal people in Malay Mahadeshwara Betta, western Ghat of Goa and Karnataka in between. Nilgiri Hills, where the Tamil Nadu tribes, Karnataka tribes, and Malayali tribes meets, how they protect, how they developing forest. This is a success story of tribes because they understand the importance of forest. They know only one skill, that is planting. They know only one skill, that is protecting the animals, protecting the forest, protecting the trees, protecting the honeybee. Tribal people, knowledge system means decision making about fundamental aspects of day-to-day life. Knowledge system is not very specific, is not very great, is not very important, very big. They feel knowledge system is part of their way of life. Not to lie, not to harm anybody, support the ecosystem. This knowledge is integral to a cultural complex that also encompasses this knowledge system is there available with the tribes in their languages. Sources as practices. Whenever it is necessary, then only they will use the resources. And their culture, their knowledge is part of social interactions. Their ritual and spirituality also. And their knowledge, their puja, their worship is part of healing system also. I would like to make some other presentations related to what is the meaning of tribal knowledge system. Tribal knowledge system, the first and foremost character of tribal knowledge system is adaptive. It is based on historical experiences, but adapts to social, economical, environmental, spiritual, and political changes. We can see these adaptive nature of tribal knowledge system in the famous epic of Kannada, tribal epic, Monteswan. Another one epic, Male Mahadeshwara. They were, Male Mahadeshwara or Monteswani, still debates are going. Are they historical? Are they mythical? Are they, their life is imaginary? Are they philosophers? Are they were spiritual leaders? Are they saints? Are they miracles, magicians, or all they were? They create epic according to the social changes of the time. They made their philosophy, knowledge system according to their economic conditions of Soliga tribe, economic conditions of other tribes. And they always supportive to, the whole epic is supportive to environmental issues, sensitive towards the tree and the forest as the water bodies and the animals. At the same time, the political changes also, because the king will change, the forest man will change, the owner of the forest will change, but the person, the legendary tribal leader, his philosophy, his life, his mission is go on changing, adaptiveness, but he's not compromising at the point of preservation of forest. Another character of knowledge system is cumulative. I popularly say it's a tribal knowledge system. It is Indian knowledge system also. It is a body of knowledge and skills developed from centuries. See, they are all oral. Their epics are oral. Monteswami, Male Mahadeshwara, everything is oral. Junjappa is oral epic. Mailara is oral epic. Gonda Ramayana is a oral epic. How they made it possible? It is a body of knowledge and skills developed from centuries of living in close proximity to nature. Centuries together, they developed these knowledge systems by living in close proximity to nature. They love to live in forest. They love to live in between animals. And this tribal knowledge system is dynamic. It is not rooted in a particular point in history. In a particular point, it will be available. No. It has been developed, adopted, and grown over years together. And it is not static. It is not permanent. It is not hard and fast. It is go on changing, but the spirit of the epic, spirit of the knowledge which is available in the epic is permanent. The very simple philosophies are there: love towards animals, love towards forest, water bodies, love towards even honey, bee, animals. And it is not any special category type for knowledge system. It is holistic. NEP talks about holistic development of education. Tribes have been trained by the society, have been trained by the nature holistically. all aspects of life are interconnected. The music is interconnected to musical instruments. Musical instruments is connected to livelihood. Livelihood connected to animals. Animals are connected to grazing field. Grazing fields are connected to development of forest. Development of forest related to preservation of indigenous seed system. Indigenous seed system related to religion, related to philosophy. What is that religion? What is that philosophy? The religion of growing, the religion of development, the religion of growing, religion of development, not for me, religion of development for everybody. For everybody. You know, there is a philosophy in Bhili tribe that we borrow land not from our ancestors, not from our parents, not from government, not from God. We borrow land from our children, our futuristic generations. How the knowledge system of tribes is so holistic. Land belongs to them, but they never say it is our land. They never gone for registering record of rights of their neighborhood. They thought, they believed that it's our land. It's land of God. It's land of country. It's land of Badadev. It's land of Shakti Mata. It's land of Forest Mata. So all aspects of life are interconnected. Music is connected to dance. Dance is connected to drinks. Drinks is connected to their costumes. Costumes are connected to their richness because they prepare they weave their their own clothes. They prepare their own musical instrument. They prepare their own. They make their own dance. They make their own stories. They make their own poetry. They make their own epic. This interconnection, part of the whole life. It is not in isolation. It is for everybody. The world is believed to be an integral whole. According to tribal knowledge, the world is believed to be an integral whole. Tribal knowledge incorporates all aspects of life, not one, not one. If we are going to talk to a tribal leader, a tribal philosopher, for example, Jadhav Payne, then I asked about him, about education should be given in mother tongue or in English or in Hindi. He started talking. Who never see the face of this school, he is very much particular, clear-cut, that primary education should be given in their own mother tongue, tribal language. I asked them why. Because he said, then only he will come to know what is there in the soil, what is there in the water, what is there in the sky, what is there in animal life, what is there in the river life, what is there, how the dynamics of Brahmaputra are very important. It's only possible if we're missing tribal students trained, educated in missing language only. It incorporates spirituality, history, cultural practices, social interactions, languages, again, healing system also. I will explain the healing system of tribes. Another important character of knowledge system, tribal knowledge system, is humbleness. Tribal knowledge, Indian knowledge, does not dictate how to control nature. I request the August House, please remember this. Tribal knowledge system does not dictate the world how to control nature. We are not supposed to control nature, but harmony with the gifts of the creator, the God, the goddess nature. It means the knowledge system is totally opposite to modern science. Modern science trying to engage with everything, control the everything, analyze everything. But tribal culture, tribal knowledge is talking about don't dictate, don't control nature. Try to understand, learn how to live in harmony with the gifts of God, with the gifts of nature, with the gifts of Ganges, with the gift of Brahmaputra, with the gift of Kaveri, with the gift of Narmada. It's another important aspect is integrational. It is knowledge system, tribal stories, tribal literature, orals, epics. It is the collective memory of the society. It is within a community. It comes from one generation to the next generation orally. So with intention, no teacher will teach his student. No student will learn from a teacher. It is part of their life to understand the Gonda Ramayana, Bhili Mahabharata, Bhili Ramayana, and Mailara epic. It's coming from one generation to the next orally through what is the vehicle? Language. See, language, stories, songs, ceremonies. Even work is ceremony for them. While walking in the forest, they will sing. While gathering, forest produces, because mainly tribes are forest gatherers. They will dance, they will sing, they will make a drama, they will make a prahasan, chit-chat, legends and proverbs. What is the, somebody will ask, how much value they have? In Telangana state, there is one deity called Sammaka Saraka. Once in 12 years, a Mela of Sammaka Saraka will be held. It is tribes will be attending the Mela Jatra for 10 days. It's a huge congregation. We know, you all know, tangible, intangible cultures. And we can attend, we can study how tribes are colorful, how tribes are different, how tribal languages are different, foods are different, you know, apparels are different, living style are different, but they are one. With all different lifestyles, they are one. Why they are one? They love, they know in living together, harmony. It has been argued and believed that indigenous knowledge is not capital. It is not capital. It's not possible to auction tribal knowledge system. It is not possible to purchase indigenous knowledge system. It is not possible to sell tribal knowledge system. It is not capital. It is the key to sustainable social and economic development of the society. It is sustainable, it is social, it is economic development. Our barter system is still in practice in tribal societies. They not regular visitors to markets, regular markets. They love to stay with their hamlets, and whenever something is necessary, they will give it to something and they will take from their own. There is a small poetry which has been translated into English. I would like to recite here. I don't know the origin, but somehow I gathered this, collected this. Only when the last tree has died, the river has been poisoned. See, only when the last tree has died and the last river has been poisoned and the last fish has been caught, we can't buy everything by money. The pandemic time, the post-pandemic time, we have learned, the world has learned, the modern world, the modern science, the modern medical science, the modern technological world has learned. Money is not everything. Money is not everything because tree is everything. Rivers are everything. Fish is everything. The pleasure of nation, the pleasure of society, the pleasure of cooperation, the pleasure of coexistence is everything. Money is not everything. It is the philosophy of world indigenous people. Aparigraha, there is a word in Jain philosophy. And many people, a group of people, we are researching on, is it originally a Jain philosophy or it has been derived from tribal philosophy? Because tribes are aborigines of the world. And even today, aparigraha is part of their philosophy. Aparigraha, not to expect from anybody. not to expect from anything, and don't collect for tomorrow, don't preserve for tomorrow. It is aparigraha. System is not replaceable. No alternative for a tribal knowledge system. There is nothing modern or Western science can do to replace or replicate tribal knowledge system. An aspect of tribal knowledge that is sometimes overlooked by scientists and others is the critical connection between tribal knowledge and language. Try to understand, tribal knowledge, indigenous knowledge, Indian knowledge is available in our languages, in our whole language, in our Santhali language, in our Baiga language, in our other languages. So if we'd like to preserve the knowledge system, tribal knowledge system, we have to preserve the tribal languages. Indigenous languages are in decline. They are endangered. Not only decline, they are in declining way, they are endangered. And as languages die, so goes the indigenous knowledge that is part of that language and the collective memory of the speakers of that language. You need to work on, research on these dying, these endangered tribal languages, not to work on that, to preserve the culture, to preserve the knowledge system which is available in the language. You know, one Himalayan tribe is the Lepcha. Very small tribe and linguist area they have. The educated Lepchas, they left the Himalayan region and now they came to know, they understood the importance of their mother tongue. Now they started, they made groups, they requested the IGNO, Open University, to make a course on their own language, Lepcha language, Rohingya. And they are making WhatsApp group, they are making other social media groups. I'm also closely connected with them. How we can make textbook, produce textbooks in that tribal language. First, and at the same time, how we can make course on these tribal languages and the whole world. Because to know the Himalayan fauna, Himalayan vegetation, Himalayan region specialities, orchids, we need to know the Rohingya language. To understand the dynamics of Himalayan region, we need to understand the language. Through this language, because grocery is available, the technology is available, the science is available, and the whole years together knowledge system is available in the particular tribal language. By learning the particular language, we can decode the knowledge system. What is that moral behind tribal knowledge system? There is a morality in tribal knowledge system. What is that morality? A right and wrong way to interact with nature. It's so simple. It's not very big. It is not a very big philosophy. It is not a very big philosophical debate. You great, I am small. I am knowledgeable, you are not knowledgeable, you are less or no. It is not like that. It is so morally so simple. System teaches a right and wrong way to interact with nature. How to interact with nature and how to deal with nature. This is the debate of tribal knowledge system. There is a responsibility given from the creator to respect the natural world. See, we have been educated, we have been trained by our education and society how to utilize the resources, how to utilize the water resources, how to utilize the forest resources, mineral resources. Actually, tribal knowledge system teaches how to respect the natural resources, preserve the natural resources for the legal heads of the natural resources, who are the futuristic children, you people, young people, babies. They are the owners of these natural resources. We don't have right to exploit. This is knowledge system. You know, in our Sanskrit literature, one word is very much, philosophy is very much nearer to my heart. It is Charaiveti, Charaiveti. Charaiveti, Charaiveti. Go on, go on. Jangam. Tribes are believers of Charaiveti, Charaiveti. Non-linears. Tribes are non-linears. Time, patterns, migrations, and movements of animal are cyclical. The tiger movement, lion's movement, elephant's movement, snake's movement are cyclical. Migration is cyclical. Pattern, times are cyclical. They change the timings of searching the food. They change the timings of to reach the water bodies, to drink water, to collect food. It's cyclical. The circle, being primary, influences how we as Aboriginal people view the world. In the process of how life evolves, how the natural world grows and works together, not only grows, works together. How all things are connected and how all things are moved toward their destiny. Aboriginal people see and respond to the world in a circular fashion, and are influenced by the examples of the circles of creation in our environment. They are observant, the great observers. Since creation, indigenous tribal leaders have observed their environment and made decisions for their communities well-being based on those observations. But their decisions also weighed what would be best for the community 7 generations in the future. They preserve the forest, they preserve the water, they preserve the minerals for coming 7 generations. And these things are relative. Tribal knowledge system is not embodied at the same degree by all community members. Elders carry more knowledge than younger community members. It means tribes will gain knowledge systems through their age, through their experience, through their work, through their living together. They will learn from the nature. Tribals naturally believe they are responsible for the well-being of the natural environment. You know, their belief that they are the owner of, they are the, watchdogs of environment. Yeah. And there is a spirit behind, spirituality behind it. Tribal knowledge is rooted in a social context that sees the world in terms of social and spiritual relations among all life forms. All parts of the natural world are infused with spirit. Mind, matter, and spirit are perceived as inseparable. Karnataka, there is one tribe called Myasabeda. They are Pashupalakas, Pashupalak tribe. They have one poorest tribe means, Myasabeda means, at least 20 cows will be there with him. He is the poorest man. The richest man means minimum 1,000 cows along with him. They collect the milk, make curds, make ghee, make butter, use it, and again spend on their cows. They believe cows are their property, their richness. So it is their spirituality also. So they are unique. Here, so they are unique. Tribal knowledge system is unique to a given culture or society. While there may be many similarities of tribal knowledge system between communities, it is the lived experience of each community that informs. Not philosophies. These oral epics, oral knowledge systems are live experience of generations, generation to generation, by living together, by learning process, by teaching process. People, tribes have learned and practicing, and they are ready to practice, in Chhattisgarh, in Madhya Pradesh, in Odisha, the Baiga Guna is a Baiga doctor. Baiga is a most important tribe, vanishing tribe. Their population is every year coming down because of many physical ailments. Baiga Guna is famous for treating many ailments of modern world, even including cancer, even including ailments, and they are not charging. They are not charging. These tribal medicines doesn't have any side effect, and they are not costly. They are almost cheap and free. So everybody, in the whole modern world, scientists in the amid the scientists used to say it does not require. It needs to require validation of knowledge system, tribal knowledge systems. But tribal experts, tribals believe that it does not require the validation of these knowledge systems. Now, after thousands of years, our scientists, especially post-COVID situation, our scientists seriously started learning, started working, researching on the indigenous knowledge system. See, tribes, as we all know, they are famous for simplicity. They are famous for, known for their patience. They are known for their compassion. These are the treasures of tribal knowledge system. Tribal knowledge system, they never believe or say or quote the knowledge system as these are our properties. We know all these things, because we have to search tribal knowledge systems who are part of Indian knowledge system. I never say these they are unique from Indian knowledge system. No, tribes are part of Indian society. In fact, they are the treasure of Indian knowledge system. They are the treasurers of Indian holistic knowledge system, educational system. And these things we can see in Gadri Palanayaka, a oral historical epic in my mother tongue Kannada, where many people we are working on how Gadri Palanayaka, who was a Pashupalaka, who was a disciple of Tirupati Timmappa, by walking 400, 500, 600 kilometers temple he visits with his cows, with his richness, with all them, and he shows, he visits darshan of Balaji, and again after 6 months he used to reback, come to his place. While doing so, he has seen poor people striving for food. So he donated his one cow, which is giving milk, with his child, and one cow. Again, to somebody he has given 10 cows, 20 cows, 15 cows. By distributing so, he said, the variety of my cow will be enormous now. Enormous now. He never says, I am donating, I am making welfare of these people. In fact, he believes in the poetry, in the orality, that they are helping me by receiving my cows, my bulls, they are going to make them double. They are going to make them 100,000. By doing so, the welfare of the society, welfare of our nation, welfare of our philosophy will be continued. Can I take another 5 minutes? Our time is over. Hello? Okay. Okay, I will conclude. With one. Dr. Michael, I can take another 5 minutes.
You can take a few minutes. You can take a few.
Okay, thank you. See, in Western Ghat, there is one tribe. They have a mythological poetry called Myth of Kuntummi. Kuntummi is Kunti, one type of Kunti. Kunti's children, out of children there are two. One is son, another is Ganga. They, in the process of time, they became husband and wife. Sister and brother became husband and wife. When mother came to know, she cursed both children, son and Ganga. She cursed the son, always, you should not get peace. You should be always burning. And every day, you should complete your day by drowning in Ganga. And she cursed Ganga. You must live in river. And no stoppage, no rest. And you should not talk each other. This is poetry where we, now we can understand that incest, swagotra, marriages should not happen. Now the modern science has proved it is scientifically right. It has been, explained in a tribal poetry, tribal story, tribal poetry, that this incest is not allowed in tribal society. Thank you very much.